Okay, one of the most important foundational chapter. Don't write anything now. I'll give you notes. Okay, I'll give you notes. Don't write anything. Close all your books, all your NCERT, everything. Okay. Yes. So foundational chapter for all types of courses you take further. Okay, if you are taking either commerce or science, for your first PU you have to study trigonometry. Okay, science or commerce you have to study trigonometry. Keeping a mathematical combination in the aspects of commerce. Of course, you will be having mathematics combination in commerce. So you have to study the chapter trigonometry. Okay, so better focus here. I will go slowly, as slow as possible. Okay. Trigonometry chapter, basically we divide it into 5 subparts, out of which 4th part has been removed from the syllabus. Okay.
So this is introduction to trigonometry.
Introduction to trigonometry itself is divided into 5 simple parts. Okay. Application of trigonometry is called as heights and distances. Okay. That all your Shah Rukh Khan written quotient stories will come there. Filmy kind of chapter that is. Okay. Hero is seen from the peak. Hero is coming in the car in the bottom. There is a fighting scene happening. What is the angle she is seeing? All those things comes into picture over there. That chapter is also fun. In the meanwhile, this chapter is the other fun. Okay. What will be the fun aspects? You will enjoy as this chapter is. Okay. First thing, we have introduction to trigonometry. Okay. As and when we introduce to a concept of trigonometry, there are some fundamentals involved in it. Okay, that fundamental will be introduced as trigonometric ratios. Okay, then further those fundamentals will be taken in form of the specific angles. We have used standard angles like 0 degree, 90 degree, 60 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree. Like those, we have some standard angles. So for those standard angles, we will be figuring out some values. What will be the ratio if this angle is given? Okay. Then we will be figuring out in that way. Again, I give you a trick over there how you can remember the standard angles table. Usually students sit and by hand the table. Okay, I would suggest don't do that. Okay, we'll make you do. We'll make you do. Okay, then trigonometric ratios also. People get confused between sine, cos, tan, cosecant, secant, cot. Okay, there are 6 ratios. People get confused with all of them. Okay, how will you remember that? I have made you people poems for you people to remember. Poems. Okay? In ancient time, people used to remember like that itself. So I thought of making it. We'll do it. Okay? Then we have trigonometric identities. Well, your NCERT textbook has done a very big mistake at your 10th standard by telling them as trigonometric identities. They are just relations. They are not identities. What does identity mean? A plus b the whole square. For any values of a and b, the identity holds good. Yes? But here it doesn't hold good. There are some exceptions. If it has exceptions, what is it called? It's not called as identity anymore. Right? Yeah, identity shouldn't have exceptions. Right? Okay. So now, what we'll do here is very simple. Okay. So trigonometry is basically in our 10th standard we will be referring to only first quadrant. We have 4 quadrants in our graphical systems, right? First, second, third and fourth quadrant. In the first quadrant if we take, it is only till 90 degrees to 0 degrees. That means what are we dealing with? We are dealing with the acute angles. Yes? Yes, the angles less than 90 degree or equal to 90 degree, equal to and less than 90 degree we will be dealing with. So, well, this trigonometry is basically the study between the sides of the triangle as well as the angles associated with it. Okay? The study which is dealing with the sides and the angles is called as trigonometry. Okay? So, again, you can see the split between them. Trigonometry is deal with a right angle triangle. You can find the right angle triangle here. Yes? Okay, there is a small right angle triangle associated over here. So, right angle triangle or any triangle having sides, these sides, okay, and its measures. Trigonometry is taken as a split like this. It's a Greek word, okay. Greek word is taken in splits and they have explained this, okay. So, well, rather we can tell trigonometry is the study of triangles which will relate both sides and the angles of a triangle. That's simple, right? Rather than you splitting the word and finding out the meaning. Yes? Okay. Now, coming with a triangle. And we restrict our studies over here to which triangle? Our right angle triangle, which is associated in first quadrant, 0 to 90 degree alone. Okay, as in when you go to your higher level, like when you go to your first PU, okay, only in your first PU you study your trigonometry, I tell you this. In second PU we don't have trigonometry, we have its father and grandfather called as calculus. Okay, there comes the application of trigonometry. You don't learn any formulas in your second PU regarding to trigonometry. Whatever formulas you learn in your first PU, that is the end of the formulas. After that, you don't study any formulas. So here we are just showing you the teaser of the movie. That's it. This is just a teaser. 10th standard trigonometry is a teaser. You have hardly how many? 15, 20 formulas. There, in one page, you will be having 85, 90 formulas. Okay? This is the reality of trigonometry and all the formulas are interrelated. If you understand one formula, the remaining formulas are. Okay, so better concentrate. So when you come to a right angle triangle, blur right now. Okay, figure is visible, right? Figure is visible clearly, right? We'll just deal with the figure. Okay, don't worry because you are not writing those things. For this figure, here if there is a right angle, this side is called as a hypotenuse. Yes? Don't write anything, sir. Close it off. I want you people to concentrate. I'll give you notes. I'm here to give you notes. Okay? Then, if this is called as a hypotenuse, right? Don't refer to this picture. The person who has prepared a PPT has done a mistake. Okay, what's that mistake? I'll tell you. Without knowing which angle, how can you tell what is the base and what is the adjacent side? Adjacent side and the perpendicular side, how can you tell without knowing what is the angle? And if the angle is over here, then the figure is correct. If the angle is over here, it becomes contradictory, right? Where have they given angle? So here there is right angle given. The angle where we are finding the ratio, that angle is not given. Okay, I'll tell you what is that angle. Whatever, yeah, figure alone. Fine. Low when I have mentioned the angle. See here. Yes, as per them, the angle is, they have told us, this point A is the place where the angle is formed. You have to understand that as per this figure. But rather what we tell over here is, if this is a right angle triangle, okay, right angle over here, we have A, B and C. We call this angle as theta. Okay, for this angle theta, this will be, or this is the hypotenuse side, however, angle is over here or here, that will only be the hypotenuse side. Okay, for this angle, this is just opposite to here, so this is called opposite side. Yes, so opposite, or this is the side perpendicular to the right angle, so we call it as the perpendicular side. Okay, either it's called as the opposite side or the perpendicular side. Yes. Okay, for this angle is making with this line. This is the base line for the angle. Yes, it acts as a base for the angle. Okay, foundation for the angle. So this side is called as the base, or this side is even adjacent to the angle. Right? It is the adjacent side. Who is the adjacent person for you? Compared to these two, he is more adjacent to you. Okay, so he becomes the adjacent side, he becomes the opposite side figure. Clear? So we call it as adjacent side also. Now using these angles, adjacent, opposite, either base, perpendicular, hypotenuse, we will be writing few combinations of ratios. Okay? Clear? How will you write the adjacent side? How will you write the perpendicular side? Doubts?
Sir, if the angle is C,
Angle is at C, it becomes the opposite.
opposite
Just these two values will shift. That's it. Hypotenuse remains as a hypotenuse.
it will be
We
theta.
have a picture over here. See, if the angle is up here, this becomes the opposite, this becomes the adjacent. If the angle is over here, this becomes the perpendicular, this becomes the adjacent. Okay, people use it by different names. Okay, so your NCERT suggests it agrees both the names. Okay, as far as trigonometry is concerned, as far as pure mathematics is concerned, they have to agree for all names. Okay, now
Sir, C and theta
theta or alpha or phi or beta, any Greek or Latin alphabets left for your choice. Okay. If in case here it's theta, you change the angle here. A different angle for you. That's okay. Now, okay, shall I give you the notes till here? Or we will finish off the first part of the chapter and then we'll take down the notes. That would be better, right? Okay. Yeah, for this side A, okay, we will write three ratios. Okay, three trigonometric ratios. Okay, listen to me. The first ratio is named as sine, S-I-N-E. We indicated by the abbreviation S-I-N. Okay, we abbreviated. That means we write it in the short form as S-I-N. Okay, in trigonometry, it is either 3-letter short form or either 5-letter short form. Either you write, no? I'll tell you what is sine. So first ratio we call it as sine. What is this sine? Ratio I told. It is the ratio of the opposite or the perpendicular side to the hypotenuse side. Opposite by hypotenuse or perpendicular by hypotenuse is called as your side of the angle. Doubt? Yes. You didn't understand. Sine is called as we are speaking about the ratios. Okay, sine is the ratio between the perpendicular and the hypotenuse. Okay, understood that much? I'll tell you how to remember this. I'll tell you. I will finish all the three ratios and tell you the code. Then you people can write it down somewhere or anything, whatever you people want, you people can. Okay. Then we have cosine. First one is sine. Next we have cosine. How did the name cosine come from? A complementary of sine is called as cosine. Okay. What is complementary? That means something which is opposite to it. Something which is different from sine. Okay. Complementary word refers to something which is different. So cosine, we indicate it as cos, C-O-S. We indicate it as cos, C-O-S. Okay. That cosine is called as a ratio complementary to sine. What is complementary to sine? So we have hypotenuse. We have taken already perpendicular side for sine. Right? We have taken perpendicular side. Complementary to that is adjacent side. Yes, that's clear. No? Complementary to this adjacent side. So how can you write your cosine as the ratio? Adjacent by hypotenuse. Complementary to the side will be adjacent by hypotenuse. Doubt? We are done with sine and cosine. Okay, then we have something called as tangent. We indicate it by tan, T-A-N. We flash over the name as soon as we get tangent. We have heard this somewhere, right? Where have we heard this? Circles. Now, you get this doubt, a weird doubt for kids. Okay, is the tangent same which we use it in circles and yes? Yes, it is the same tangent. Wherein in the circle, what are you referring to?
It touches one
One
single point.
point.
One single point. What is the one single point here in this B? Yeah, the point of 90 degree if it is matching, that is the tangent. Is it matching with the definition of your circle? Yes. So, for this point which acts as a tangent, when tangent acts, okay, is parallel to your hypotenuse, isn't it? If I draw a tangent like this, isn't this parallel to your hypotenuse? Yes, it will be parallel to your hypotenuse. So rather, if we are taking the ratios for the hypotenuse, it will be the ratios for the tangent ray. Very simple. For tangent, we take the remaining two combinations. First is we have perpendicular and we have base. Okay, perpendicular by base is tangent. Tangent. Okay, now we are done with three ratios. How to remember this? Children, open your ears, use creativity, okay, to remember the ratios. People are comfortable with either Hindi or English.
English.
I'll tell both.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because your NCRT back then had this poem, but from 4 years ago they have not kept this poem. After COVID, they have removed this poem. That was easier for students to remember then, but now it's difficult for them to remember. But I still remember that poem because I used to teach. Because I have that textbook only. So I have that poem. How is the poem given is Pandit Badari Prasad. Pandit Badari Prasad. Hare Hare Bol. This sounds to be funny, okay? But this was what your NCRT had told us. Pandit Badari is not enough. Pandit Badari Prasad Hare Hare Bol. Either you remember this way. Pandit Badari Prasad Hare Hare Bol is sine, cos and tan. Right? Sine is perpendicular by hypotenuse. Yes. Cos is base by hypotenuse. Tan is perpendicular by base. Yes. Remember it this way if you are comfortable. Few of them will be having their mother tongue as Hindi. They can remember this easily. Okay? If in case you are not remembering this, I will write the poem. Take a note of this somewhere. You can open your NCRT textbook in the first page of trigonometry on the top. You will be left after the ending trigonometry no space. Take a pencil, make a note of this. Some people have, this is not given anywhere in any internet. This was made by me. Okay? Some people have curly brown hairs, tan, permanently black. I'll explain. Don't find it weird. You'll explain, sir?
Sorry.
Okay. Shall I explain? Some people have. First line. Okay. Curly brown hairs. Okay. Tan permanently black. Is it easy for you people to remember? Well, trigonometric ratios. For the beginning, you have to remember like this way itself. As if when we solve 1 or 2 exercises, you people will find it like, hey, this is a child part of the chapter. There are many more ratios. for you to remember. These are the basic. Reciprocal signs. Done? Yes. Whichever is convenient for you, write that.
So ratios only it is related to perpendicular base. From that on the
Perpendicular, base and hypotenuse. Ratios are taken for the sides. Sides of a right angle triangle are only 3. So there are 3 ratios. Basic ratios. Well, obviously, if there is a positive L, there should be a negative L also. Like, yes, if there is a north pole somewhere, there should be south pole. Okay? That means if we have these ratios, there should be opposite of these combinations also, no? Hypotenuse by perpendicular, hypotenuse by base, base by perpendicular. There should be some opposite combinations also, no? What don't we rate this as tan? Opposite to that is dot. Cosecant tan. Opposite to tan is called as cot. What is cot? Base by perpendicular. Just the opposite of it. So only I am writing it at the bottom. You take the reciprocal of it, you get cos. Then cos, we have something called as secant. Reciprocal of secant, please don't call it as sec theta, it is secant theta. Don't call it as sin theta, it is sin theta. Okay? Yes? You can call this as tan and cot. You don't need to tell the full form for this. You don't need to tell this for cosine. You can tell it as cos. But for this, you have to tell it as sine itself. For this, you have to tell it as secant itself. Okay? Next, we have the opposite of this. Just because sine, we told it as cosine. Secant, we can tell it as cosecant. Simple. Cosecant. I told you there is no 4-letter combination. Either it's a 3-letter or a 5-letter combination. Or here you will follow 3-letter, here you are following 5-letter. Why? If you just remove these two, it becomes cos. So we don't want that to happen. So we follow 5-letter combination. Simple, clear? Understood? All the 6 ratios understood now? What the process? Should I repeat? I repeat. First ratio we have sine, that is called as perpendicular by hypotenuse. Next ratio we have is cos, we call it as base by hypotenuse. Next ratio we have is tan, we call it as perpendicular by base. We'll start with the reciprocals of them in the same order. How we have written, no? We'll come back like that one. Okay? This is how you remember. Children, don't take it in random order. First you take it as cos, tan and then sine. Don't do it like this. See the order. If you remember the order, it's easy for you to remember the formula. See, it's easy for you to remember. Rather than somewhere messing up every formulas and getting confused. Okay? We are done with the actual ratios. We'll come for the reciprocal. First one is, we had here tan. In this column we had tan. We'll come to this column. What is that column? Cot. Cot is the ratio base by perpendicular. This column what we have? Secant. We'll come back here like this. What is secant?
Hypotenuse by base.
Hypotenuse by base. We have cosecant over here. We'll come back. Cosecant. Hypotenuse by perpendicular. Here, what are the ratios? Okay. Now there are some relations like product relations, quotient relations, and all. We will see as and when writing this. Okay. Yes. These are all extra things which they have done just to fill the slides. So what's the time? You have time, so 15 minutes. Okay. Yes. Before taking that, we'll start with the notes. Doubts? Write down the heading as trigonometry. Write down the notes. Trigonometry is the study of relationship between the sides and the angles of the triangle. Trigonometry is the study of relationship between the sides and the angles of the triangles. Trigonometry is the study of the sides and the angles of a triangle. Write down this figure. This is the definition of trigonometry. They won't ask. But it's our responsibility to know what is it supposed to study. Before eating food, you will at least ask what have you prepared today. You don't stuff everything inside. A, B, C by angle is here. So this is called as the this side. This is called as the base. This is called as the purpose. Yes? Yes? Write down this figure. Yes, sir. Let's take it. Angle was rather that I have taken here. Now I have taken the angle bottom. That's it. Rough work ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. Put a sine and equals trigonometric ratios. Sine and equals trigonometric ratios. And write this. Sine of theta, which can be expressed as sin theta, which is called as perpendicular divided by the hypotenuse, which is called P by H. For this triangle, it is AB by. Tell me no. AB by AC. Doubt? If any doubt, clarify it now only. Doubt? Why sir? Clarify it then. Trigonometry class, forget school. In their school, I agree, they would have taught more better than me. They would have taught well and good. Okay, but I give justice now. You have to believe me also a bit. Not only your school teachers, just because they are handling you for 3 or 4 years, that doesn't mean you shouldn't believe me. That's not really separate in the ನಾಳೆ ಜಲ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Then we have something called as cosine. We indicate as cos. What is it? Base. ಯಾರು ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು? ಯಾಕೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ವಾ? ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬದಲಿ ಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ಹರೇ ಹರೇ ಬೋಲ್ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಿ. That also if you don't understand. PC by AC. Now, leave your exact summary. Don't bother. First you understand this. Here you will do. So, you don't know. Oh. Cosine, done. Then we have something called as tangent. perpendicular by base. What is my perpendicular? AB by BC. Doubts in this? What, Ravindra? Doubts? You have to ask if there's any doubts. Okay? Once we are done this much, we come to the reciprocals. Reciprocals. Okay. What are the reciprocals we spoke about? We'll take it in the order. Cotangent. It's not just cot, it is called as cotangent. Okay? Of this theta is called as cot theta, which is equal to 1 by tan theta, right? That is nothing but base by perpendicular b by p, which is equal to
BC by AB.
BC by AB. Doubts? Girls? Understanding? Doubts? Okay. Then we have something called as, I told you have to tell full form. Secant. Secant theta is equal to SEC theta, which is equal to 1 divided by cos theta divided is equal to hypotenuse by base, which is equal to h by b, which is equal to, what is my hypotenuse?
AC by BC.
AC by BC. Doubt? Then we have cos secant, which is equal to 1 by sin theta, which is nothing but hypotenuse by perpendicular. We call it as h by p. So henceforth h is AC divided by AB. Okay? We'll start with the examples. It's looking too much blur, right? Better? Write down example 1. Okay, write just the question. They have given value, no? Write down the question, I'll explain. Write down the question. Can't you see? Visible? Okay. Example 1. Example 1. Question writer. Observe. 1 minute. If you are not, I'll give you time for writing the question. Don't worry. Okay. they have given tan A. Okay, that means tan A is equal to 4 by 3. Let me take this triangle. Yes, see this triangle. So we have a right angle triangle like this. Okay, right angle have to be A and C are there here. Okay, this is the angle where it is the right angle. Yes, tan refers to how much? Tan is equal to tan theta is equal to, I mean, perpendicular by base. Which is perpendicular? This is perpendicular. This is base. It is telling me the ratio. Ratio means what can I tell? 4k by 3k. It can be either 12 by 9. It can be either 8 by 6. Anything, but it should be 4 is to 2.
So what is K?
Some constant. If k is equal to 2, it will be 8 by 6. If k is equal to 3, it will be 12 by.
What is K?
They have given us the ratio, sir. They have not given us the actual value. When you are taking it as perpendicular, perpendicular is the actual value, actual length. Yes. So the length can be any length. It's not 4 units. Length is not 4 centimeter or 4 meter. They have given us a ratio between them. That's it. Okay. So if the length is 12 and 9 also, if the perpendicular is 12 centimeter and if the base is 9 centimeters also, it will be 4 is to 3 only, no? If it is 8 and 6 also, it will be 4 is to 3. So, yes, we don't know the length actually. So what have they asked us to find? Find the other trigonometric ratios. Okay, very simple. Right for side. Write it for side. We'll see.
Sir, we should find that.
Yes, sir.
Find it. By Pythagoras theorem. By Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse is equal to root of perpendicular square plus base square. 4k square plus 3k the whole square. 16k square plus 9k square. So what will it be? 5k. Should you find the hypotenuse theorem for this question? Don't know Pythagoras plus 3, 4, 5? Haven't you studied in that chapter named as Pythagoras theorem in your 9th standard?
It was not there, sir.
Eight.
Sir, before that, sir. Before that, sir.
Okay, somewhere you have studied Pythagoras triplets. What are they? 12, 13, 5? 12, 13 and 5 are the Pythagoras triplets. 3, 4, 5 are the Pythagoras triplets. So basics you have to remember. We do Pythagoras theorem. Exam. Oh my god, I have got a basics course. I have not already remembered it.
Sir, for verification.
Verification what, sir? 3, 4, 5 is a Pythagoras triplet.
Sir, we don't know.
It's universal truth. It's universal truth. It doesn't change, no, just because you tell. Is it gonna change? Do the proof. If you can. Okay, now I know the hypotenuse. Sin theta is equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse. What's my perpendicular?
Perpendicular is 4.
4k divided by 5k. So is it 4 by 5? Cos theta. Cos theta is base by hypotenuse. What's my base? 3k by 5k, which is equal to 3 by 5. What's my cot theta? Base by perpendicular. I think I have got any both still.
Sir, hypotenuse for the base. Oh.
Cot. Cot.
Oh,
Cot.
yes, yes, yes.
4 tangent here, this, see.
Yes, yes.
3k by 4k, which is equal to 3 by 4. Then we have something called as secant theta, which is equal to hypotenuse by base, which is equal to hypotenuse is 5k, base is 3k, 5 by 3. Then we have cosecant theta, which is equal to hypotenuse by perpendicular. So hypotenuse is 5k by 4k, so which is equal to 5 by 4. Doubt? Where you believe? After this question, you believe. Any doubts?
Sir, for tan we can take 4 by 3.
Yeah. They are only given. No?
Oh,
What's the use you're taking again? Now, these kinds of questions are there in the exercise. These kinds of questions are there in the exercise. Okay, they have given me angle B and angle Q are the acute angles. Acute angles means less than 90 degree. Yes? Yes? Okay. So then they have given me sin B is equal to sin Q. Okay. Then I have to prove that angle B and angle Q are equal. Like this. Given these two figures, we have to prove the angles are equal. Write down the two figures. That yes. Okay. How many of you I should have done the triangles chapter for this question? Fine. I'll teach you the method. We'll do that. Okay. There is something called similarities, congruency properties and all. Okay. Using those properties we'll prove it here. So example 2. Okay. They have given angle B and angle Q1 acute angle. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? Acute angle. Okay? Yes? To prove, what should we prove? Angle B is equal to angle Q. What all constructions we have made? Triangle ABC, angle that, right angle that, and this is C. Okay, angle
So triangle PQR.
triangle PQR, right angle at R. Okay, this is the required constructions we have made. Okay, proof. Sine, what have we given? Sine B is equal to sine Q. Okay, if they are equal, the value will be the same.
Yes, sir.
I take the value to be K. Some value K. What's good? So sine B, I'll write the sine for P. Tell me. Perpendicular AC divided by AB, hypotenuse. I'll write it as perpendicular by hypotenuse. Perpendicular by hypotenuse. Okay, perpendicular by hypotenuse for both the triangles are different. That's for sure. So for first triangle, AC divided by AB.
AC by
PR by PQ is equal to K. What I will do, I will just interchange these. Just swap them. Okay? AC divided by PR is equal to AB divided by PQ, which is equal to K. Yes. Now, why did I swap is your question. Right? Both are perpendiculars. If I take perpendicular by perpendicular, there will be some ratio which will be coming into picture. I will take it. Okay? Now, I got over here. In triangle ABC, AC square can be written as AB square minus BC square. Right? Yes. Whereas, what can I write? I'll take them separately. AC by PR is equal to K. I can write by AC is equal to K times PR. Yes. K times PR. AB is equal to K times PQ. Yes. Using these results over here. Okay. So AC. What did I write?
K times PR.
K times PR the whole square, or I'll just write it as K times PR is equal to root of, I'll take it square root this side, square coming this side, square root AB I have here AB K times PQ the whole square minus BC. Similar way I will write. How can I write BC as? BC is this part. That is nothing but RQ or QR. Yes? Children, what is it? BC. Similar side is RQ. So I can write it as K times RQ the whole square. Yes, is this only good thing? K times PR is equal to root of K square common I have taken PQ square minus QR square or RQ square relating. Okay, K square I take it outside, it becomes K into PR is equal to K root PQ square minus QR square. K gets cancelled, PR is equal to, or PR square is equal to PQ square minus QR square. What can we conclude by this? We took a triangle ABC and we are getting this triangle. Yes, we are taking the triangle ABC and we are getting this triangle. So henceforth, therefore, angle B is equal to angle Q. No, let me not write this first. Therefore, triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Clearly, angle B is equal to angle. Right? What? Right angle we took, hypotenuse we took one side. RHS. One thing is RHS. Did we take RHS over here? No angle. Only sides. Yes. People get confused between RHS and SSS in this case. So just SSS possibilities. Doubt? Anyone doubt? Have I got any step? Right now.